Hey everybody, welcome to our Tuesday Team Hope Zoom call. Today, I better start my timer. I'm trying to get really good about not going over 15 minutes. I think today will be good. Today, we wanted to do a call on following up. So following up, there are lots of categories to following up, but let me tell you why I really wanted to do it today, because I know a lot of you are trying to go super silver. Some of you have already hit it and you have people on your team. I know Tiffany's on here with us and she today went super silver. Woo woo.
Good point, buddy.
All right. So some of you are trying to do that, or you're trying to help people on your team do that. For some of the newer people on our team, you are just adding new people to your team in order to hit that 50 points, which is awesome. So for you, you want to focus up on our discussion about following up with prospects. Some of you have been on our team for a while and haven't hit gold yet, and you've been silver for a little while, but you probably have enough people who have ordered or joined your team in the past that it's a matter of following up with them and saying, hey, you know, what can we do to get you ordered? So we're going to talk a little bit about your follow-up with the people who have stopped ordering, or following up with your customers who would make really good ambassadors because they've been loving the products for a little while. Because some of you have amazing PV, this may be a good time to say, hey, you know, I know you're loving the products. So anyway, we'll get to that. So here are some simple things about follow-up. It is not a copy and paste method. You may, when we're running promotions or have certain things going on, you may be able to craft a somewhat generic message with people you have good relationships with and send it out to them to tell them about a promotion. But your follow-ups need to be personal, and they really need to be short. I'm saying like 2 sentences, and preferably they need to be a Facebook voice message. You know why? Here are some reasons why that you may not think about. So let's say somebody asks you a question about a product and you go into 3 paragraphs of the ingredients and how everything works and why it's fantastic, and nobody got time for that. How many times has somebody sent you a Facebook message and you click on it and then you see it takes up the whole screen and you're gonna have to push up and push up again, and then your kids start screaming? You never go back to that. And then you think in your head, oh my gosh, they're ignoring me. They don't want to hear about Plexus. They're not talking to me. They never read your message. The great thing about voice messages are they have to push play to hear what it says. They're not going to scroll through it. They're not going to partially read it. If they are driving, and they shouldn't be on their phone at all, but some of us sometimes do that, they can push play and listen to it while they're driving. And they can respond to you without typing. And they hear the excitement in your voice. It makes all the difference in the world. I can't tell you how many voice messages I've sent when people reply back, oh my goodness, it's so great to hear your voice. I don't know if it's because I sound 12 or because I'm so stinking excited about what I'm telling them about. So short and preferably a voice message. You also want to include questions. This needs to be, we are in, you can call it network marketing, but it's relationship marketing. You are building relationships. If they say, hey, tell me more about this Plexus, you want to ask them, hey, which post actually intrigued you? What are you actually asking me about? Because they probably don't want to know everything about Plexus. They probably have 1 or 2 goals that you've hit on in some of your posts. That don't assume that just because somebody is really, really heavy, that their main goal is losing weight. They may have a lot of anxiety. They may have depression. They may not sleep well. And you may just think just because their profile picture's got a big chubby face that they need, you know, slim and accelerator. Ask questions, but also don't ask a million questions. Ask a couple, and then they're going to respond. Ask a couple more. Never ever just send somebody your website. You really want to know exactly what they're looking for and how to steer them. And then here's something I do and this is not for everybody, but this is what I do. When somebody says, yes, I want to do that, then I say, okay, let's get on the phone and let me get you your information. Or let's get on the phone and get on the computer together and get you ordered. Because the worst thing in the world, and anybody who's done this for longer than 2 months will tell you, the worst thing in the world is when somebody said, yes, I'm in. And then every hour you're checking your virtual office. Guess what? They're not in. Guess what? They didn't order. You check tomorrow. They didn't order. And they were excited about it. You got to get them and get their information when they're excited about it and get them ordered. So that's how I follow up with brand new people who are showing interest. Following up with people who I know, but maybe I haven't talked to in a while. I am reaching out to them and I am just talking about life. I am maybe see a picture on their wall and then I private message them. I have gotten a lot of people on board because when it's their birthday, I don't put happy birthday on their page. I private message them. Yeah, Tiffany's got something.
So yes, and you had mentioned that you private message birthdays, and so that's all I do. And I click a little sticker, and almost every time someone will respond back to me saying, thank you, that was sweet, whatnot. And if I can do it quickly, I'll kind of engage them a little bit. Hope you have a great day, that kind of thing. And so I know that I'm getting a lot more traffic because I'm getting, on my non-Plexus posts, I'm getting anywhere from 40 to 50 likes or reactions, which lately, before that, my record was like 25 on a regular basis. The other thing that had happened was when people say that they've had a death in their family or whatever, I'm going to their private message and I'm sending them, I'm sorry for your loss. Just to let you know, I have your prayers or whatever. And so because it takes just a little extra click to go ahead and do that, I think it does have a little bit different meaning to it.
If they have a baby, if they're on vacation, any reason you can find to private message somebody, not only does that mean a lot to them and you're building a relationship and you're taking that extra step, because I'll be honest, like if something tragic or something amazing happens, or I post about our anniversary, I may have 80 people comment happy anniversary. I'm not reading them all.
Yeah.
And so, but when somebody sends me a private message, I am reading every one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, like Tiffany said, now she gets more interaction on her posts. That's because Facebook algorithms show if you are having private conversations with somebody in the private messenger, you have a stronger relationship with them and they are going to see your posts. It's huge. I mean, I private message people all the time, not about Plexus all the time, but you can look on my personal page and sometimes it amazes me how many people every so often I'll have like a dead post, but the amount of people that comment or like my posts. I mean, the video I posted of Isaac and I has over 2,000 views.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of views. When I go live, I tend to have over 400 views live. So again, that's another great thing, just leading into reasons to follow up. If you can go live once a week, it is huge for your page. That's what Facebook is all about right now. I know we're not talking about Facebook algorithms. I know we're not talking about that. But if you would rather have people ask you about Plexus, go live. Go live for no reason. Go live because something silly is happening. I mean, I don't remember who it was the other day, was going live because there was a little squirrel. They were trying, what do I do about this little squirrel? That gets in people's feeds. If you can find a reason to talk about, how happy you are, how good you feel, how much energy you have. Tiffany's on here. If she has a reason, when she's announcing, have you announced yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if you have
this week we will, and then I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a Facebook poll or like do something on Facebook to engage is it going to be a boy or a girl?
Okay, well, so anybody in our tiny network of our team, Tiffany is pregnant. I've just announced it. And we will have she can go on and compare her first 2 pregnancies to this one. There will be lots of reasons throughout her pregnancy to go live, along with keeping up with 2 kids while you're pregnant. Like, that's exhausting. Is Plexus helping her? Anything you have to share about, people care. They really do. Keep it happy. Keep it about health and happiness when you can, because that's your brand. But when you do things like that, people will come out of the woodwork for you to be able to follow up with. So I've already gone 10 minutes. I don't know how that's possible. Let's talk about following up with your people who haven't ordered in a while. There's a number of things that you can follow up with them about, but just don't be afraid. Here's the thing. Take their response or their lack of response. Do not put emotion into that. Do not take it personally. Go to them honestly, because you have no idea why they stopped ordering. You don't know if their spouse lost their job. You don't know if they got the flu and stopped taking it for a while, so they turned their order off and have forgotten to turn it back on. You don't know if they hated the taste of the pink drink. Almost any reason they've had for stopping, you have something else that they can try. You get to care and love on them. You know, chances are when they ordered, you told them, hey, I'm going to be in this with you. I'm going to follow up with you. I'm going to have you help you to have great success. And if you did not do that well, be raw. You know, when I was getting ready for this, I was like, somebody joined my team in when did I move here? Like 2 days before I moved here. And I'm like, I'm going to help you and your husband through this journey. I'm going to be following up. I'm going to help you reach your goals. I have followed up with them like twice. That's not enough in 6 weeks, you know? So now I've got to go back humbly and be like, I am so sorry. I have not done a good job of what I told you that I would do for you. How can I help? Where are we? What are you taking? For people that have stopped, you know, tell me, like, did you reach your health goals? I know we talked about these goals. Did you reach them? If not, have you started something new? You know, would you be willing to, you know, jump on board and give it a try again? You know, just reach out to them, and don't assume you know why they stopped. You could offer them, you know, free shipping if they would order again. As you know, last month we had huge promotions. In April again, we will have a lot of incentives going out. But just my biggest thing is, don't be afraid and don't assume you know why they quit. They may not even have meant to. Life gets in the way. Life truly does get in the way. The majority of the people who have joined our team or our customers are female. We may be giving it to the men in our life, but the people we are in contact with, for the most part, are female. And as you know, life is nuts. It's totally nuts. So if you need help with how to follow up, with objections, if you want to throw me or anybody else in a 3-way chat to help, you know, handle, to figure out what's going on, to troubleshoot, do that. The other huge thing about following up is organization. So I'm going to show you maybe a few ways that I stay organized. And it's different based on where you are. So Deanna used to keep all of hers in an Excel sheet. That didn't work because she was only looking at it when she was at home. I obviously have my daily action stack, which I hope all you guys have. If you don't, let us know. We can email it to you, print it off, and you have it bound. So I can go through here. I have mine sitting right here since January of 2017. And I can go back and I write notes of who I've talked to and what they said and what issues they have. I also have this that I printed off. I went through my all of my lists, because I've had lists all over the place of people that I would love to have try Plexus, and I put them all in an Excel sheet. And I also went through my Facebook lists and added a lot of people. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 5 pages long. So clearly I don't have everybody I know on this list. I keep this with me in my purse. So if I'm waiting for Andrew, or I'm stuck in a lot of traffic or whatever, it's super simple to look at, because when you're not organized, you're not going to randomly think, oh, I should reach out to so-and-so and see how they're doing. Like, again, just building relationships. Because when you just open your Facebook, if you work this business pretty well, chances are you're seeing Plexus people's posts. And you're not seeing the people's posts. We've done another Zoom call on how to create pages, create your friends list on Facebook. That's not here. I keep this with me, and then I write the date of when I have chatted with them. I also, in my calendar, will write down, like if somebody joins my team, I need to reach out to them in 4 days, in 8 days, in a couple weeks. And I jot that down on my calendar so I know to do that. My final thing, I did this for my first year and a half. I had my little note cards, and I wrote everybody, basically this list. I had their names at the top of a note card, and every single time I reached out to them, I wrote the date and what I told them about. So on February 2nd, asked her if I don't even know what, probably 2017. This is somebody I'd really love to have in the business. But this might have been 2016, because the first time I reached out to her, I told her about the business. But I know her well, but I probably would have done something a little different. Currently, I probably would have, asked her how her new job was going and do all that. That's what I do now. And then I would have talked to her about how much I would love to have her on my business. Edge and Block came out at convention, so then I told her about Edge and Block. Then I did a 20% off promotion the next month. The next month, I asked if she just wanted to have coffee. So I have these. And so, Tiffany, did you want to say something?
Yeah, are you following up every month?
I used to.
Okay.
I think for your first year or so, yes, absolutely. At 3 years in, in May, it'll be 3 years for me of actually working the business. So with newer people that I meet, I do follow up a lot more regularly. For people, I never stop following up. Here's the rule in follow up. Unless they say, no, don't talk to me again about this, no means not right now.
Okay.
And I can tell you story after story after story that over 3 years, people that have just recently ordered that were the first people I reached out to. So you never stop following up, and you got to stay organized, or else you'll look one day and you'll be like, oh my gosh, 6 months ago they asked me a question. I answered it, but then I never followed up. You have to. If people are showing interest at all, you've got to follow up with them in 2 days. If you send them the information and then you don't hear from them again, you need to follow up in 2 days. Hey, just wanted to check in and see if you saw my message. I know you're super busy. That's it. Send them a voice message. All right, I'm at 18 minutes. Tiffany, do you have any questions before I went longer than I meant to?
I don't think so. I guess just, how often do you follow up with the same person? I know I don't do it with Bout Plexus each time.
Right.
Mix it up a little bit, and most often if they're not sure, they'll respond to the non-Plexus more than they will the regular.
Right. But in doing that, then they're seeing your post. The other thing, I have read statistics everywhere from it takes 7 touches to 20 touches. And who does these statistics? I don't know, but I can tell you legitimately that it typically takes people 7 or 8 times, whether it's you sending them a diamond documentary. Hey, I thought about, you've been talking to a nurse and they went silent. Send them Sarah Marble's or Laura Robinson's diamond documentary. I just saw this on, this nurse who's done great things. I was thinking of you. Shoot it over. Have reasons to follow up with them, but never stop.
And as personal as I think you can make it, of
Absolutely.
Like, hey, how's your new job? Hey, I saw your cat in the yard yesterday.
Yes.
So glad you have a house now. How is homeowner? Trying to make it as personal as you can, so it's not just a blanketed, hey, how are you? Which I have a hard time doing on everybody, because some of the people I follow up with don't post on Facebook very much.
Yeah.
which makes it even more challenging.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Tell me what's new. You know,
What are you
how
doing for
about
spring break?
Exactly. Because some people don't post very well on Facebook. So you got to dig deep. But if there are people that you really think would benefit from Plexus, you never give up on them.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't. So I hope that you guys saw some value in this. If you have questions, obviously we'll be sharing this in the team page, and you can write your questions down and we'll get them answered. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye. Hold on. Okay.